The passion takes over, infecting your body. You lose control. I don't need nobody. I don't need nobody. I don't need nobody. I don't need nobody. Gotta have your body. Gotta have your body. I don't need nobody. Gotta have your body. Gotta have your body. I don't need nobody. I don't need nobody. Gotta have your body. Gotta have your body. Just feel what's real now. Gotta feel. Gotta feel what's real now.
Hello, hello. We are back again, and again, really late, but that's okay. That's just normal now. We just accept it. I'm very, very nocturnal. So nocturnal, I get up early at this point. How do we do? How do we do? Of course, I'm jumping right into the pit because we are on the grind to 300. About halfway through 270 is what I've got so far. Keep meaning to adjust the build. I'm just like, this is doing all right. We don't need to worry about converting it just so much that I'm still okay with this. But then technically we put the shadow imbue back on. I did it the other day and I was just like, you know what, we just like keeping the poison trap. I like when people come through and ask me, why you have the poison trap on? And honestly, because I like the color. That's basically it. I want the purple and the green together because it's the clan colors. That's really, at this point, the only reason. So when they come through, we just kind of have a chuckle and, you know, let them know how it is. And some of them probably get like super disgusted, like, oh my god, people do this just to have fun. Like, yeah, sometimes people do stuff and they're built just to have fun. We don't always follow what everybody else is doing here. That's not what we do. That's not what we do. Let's see how we do it. Over there, get more of these. I did switch to the Bees in the Ice power though, because I'm too lazy to always hit the caltrops. Although sometimes I'm doing it still. You know, it's nice when the other power can do it much easier. Right? It's pretty. It's pretty. We just do it because it's pretty. As long as I can make the grind, I don't really care all that much. When we care about pushing, if we ever care about pushing, then I'll worry about sweating out and respecing and do all that sort of thing. Otherwise, you know, it's fine. Fine. Where's my blister at? And then a lot of people are like, but you can shave off X amount of time and do all this other. My dude, you're still not gonna hit 300 before me, so it's fine. This is the reality. It's like I play so much, doesn't matter. No, shocking. Alright, let's go ahead and go down here. Pop this one. Clear that. Probably is. Probably is. Go ahead and grab the artillery. Go ahead and to the right. Vibe here for a little bit. Actually went explosive. That's doing fine by me. Howdy, howdy. How you do, Captain Raleigh Rob? Big purple boom makes you happy. Yeah, exactly. It's like, it makes you happy and gets you through the grind and gets you where you need to be. Does not matter. Does not matter. A lot of builds are actually very Torment 4 capable. Once you put the work in. Granted, a lot of them are going to take more work than other alternatives, but, you know, it makes you happy. Okay, I should probably go up here just a little bit. Pop players edge do. That'll be fine. What is this? Terror Shock Lance, no problem. World boss is in 2 hours, 27 minutes. Oh yeah, we got a while until the next one. That's alright. Granted, a lot of the time people go into the world boss, and now when I think all the beasts and the ice powers or whatever else shenanigans people are up to go off, it kind of crashes us. I only crashed once yesterday, but it was literally right before I said, like, wow, look at all the beasts and the ice powers, and then within seconds it was crashed. It told me I ran out of memory, which this rig should not ever have that error. It happened. And I know there's definitely instances where other people have really good machines and the game still has a freak out. It kind of just is what it is right now. The world boss is dangerous. The outside world is dangerous. Right now it's just me right in here, so that's fine too. So, we're gonna kill that? Sure we will. A little terror for me. Good. So I got all of the Paragon glyphs that we have slotted to 100 yesterday. Now we're just leveling up odds it is for the fun of it. Pretty nice. I actually kind of like the lower chance to succeed. Just gives me a little bit more to do while we're grinding instead of just finishing everything on 100 like in a blink of an eye. At this point, we're kind of already almost through that blink anyway. Hello! How you doing, man? Alright, pop this one. Was the most suitable ask me to put on Amulet? I think I have Opportunist on mine right now. I'm one of the ones that powers up my grenades, but I don't know if that's really the most suitable. It's one you can use for sure. Alright, teleport. Let's go over here. Do we need this? No, we do not. Okay, so some shock lands. I'm gonna put that software rig to the test. Give it a shot and see if you two can join the club of people who have crashed for no good reason. Well, I mean, I guess it is a... I don't know if it's good reason. A reason. Pop this one. There's no happiness in you playing all the meta stuff. Fair enough. I always say I have so much time on my hands, just jumping right to whatever the most meta thing is seems really boring for me. Like, I'll do it to level 300, like, pretty close to, like, right now, but then, you know, I spend more time playing the other random stuff after. It's just mostly, I have to play the meta so that we can have the whole team all kind of stand in, like, an even ground. Everybody's contributing and it feels good to get to the 300, because you never want to be carried, like, a ridiculous amount of time just because you're playing a build that just doesn't keep up. It'd be great if this game had a little bit more balance and you could actually choose more varied things and feel like everyone's in a good spot, but it just doesn't work out that way. So it is what it is. You still can't get those GA rags, huh, Robbie Rob? Hello, man. Hello. Alright, we're gonna hit that again. And what else I want to do before we run off? I got Penitent Greaves. I actually have a quad pair of Penitent Greaves this season. We skipped them last season, but then, like, I think that the 2 before that we had 1, if not 2 pairs. They're back. They're back. Much of an immersion player. You can't do meta. Well, sometimes the meta is super immersive in its own way. Sort of. A little bit. We can pretend. We can pretend. I know, it would be great if we had the Paladin. Probably Rob and I are both Team Paladin. We talk about it all the time. One day. Or something equivalent, something close. I don't really... I always say, though, a lot of people, they want the holy class. I don't really want the holy class. I just want the gameplay kind of, like, style of what usually Paladin and Crusader entails. They can change all the elements and do whatever one of the things they want to do. But it's kind of more the gameplay loop that usually those classes involve. I like melee, like more tanky supporty, melee support, not so much like melee bruiser, melee finesse, whatever you want to call them. I was never much of a gank player, despite how much I'm playing Spiritborn and Rogue these days. Not usually my thing. Cold Enchanted is done. Just hanging out on the wall. How do you like pick a wall and follow it every time? Yes, need a holy fighter. See, most people go straight and go, oh, it's the holy part. Like, oh no, that's really the thing. I would love actually more like a demon-oriented version of that kind of class. Like the Dark Knight, Death Knight, Shadow, whatever kind of deal, but Sword and Board-ish, esque. I'll go for that too. Or both. They could be both at one time. It could be done. I could dream. All right. See how we do. Like bears here. How like meta things go. The build part is like it's trouble enough, but it's like meta loop practices of what you do and how you farm right now that's getting to me. Just to be honest. So people come through and they will ask us why we're playing parts of the game that aren't whatever they think is the most optimal. And yesterday we actually had someone who came through and they were straight up offended. We wouldn't take hundreds of mats, which clearly you can't get legitimately. You can buy them maybe, but the odds are someone is not going to hand you hundreds of Belial husks that they just bought that's never met you. And it feels like that's okay. That's okay. Someone got really mad. I don't take things from the chat, period. But I realize there's more and more people who come through and they will ask us, why are we doing the other bosses? Why are you doing the other bosses? And then I realize after stream that there's a lot of people in the game who right now don't even know how those husks are obtained in the game. So like, is there a little bit of a problem going on? Maybe. There might be. It's one of those things like, it's so sad. It's kind of cute in a way. This is where we're at. This is where we're at. Howdy, Maxo. This fire plague bear. Like, really? Really? So, whenever we get around to bosses, you know, this is a season that inevitably probably will be. I almost guarantee you, if you're here, someone new will come through and ask, why are you doing those bosses when Belial exists? And then we'll scratch our heads and say, like, you know where those mats come from? You know how you get those mats? You know, other than buying them in what other ways? And usually they will have no answer. They will have no answer. Alright. You want Zeal's sweep attack. You like that style, huh? Unlocking a boss and smashing everything with a meth hound fighter. Is that how meth... I wouldn't know. Alright, you do you. Alright. It's how I gets mad about me refusing their idea wasn't to be helpful. Yeah, no. They weren't to be helpful. No, it's some things are normalized in this game. Like, you can go most places and like, I got hundreds of mats for you, and then people are like, okay, cool, let's go run the boss. No question asked. Which, you know, I don't necessarily fault anyone for going about it that way. It saves a lot of time. It saves a lot of time if you just don't like farming and that kind of deal. It's a weird situation to be in when it seems more the norm for people to be shocked when I say I don't take those things than when people do. It's weird. It's weird. I think my shock comes from I'm usually a PvP type player until I really got into this game. So balance in PvP and the way we look at it is very different than when it's kind of like a PvE game and people think everything is just like harmless. It's like all good fun. It was like somebody's like that lopsided stacked in one way or another in a PvP game. It's a huge deal. It's a huge deal. And then you just kind of know like, okay, this is not legit, so we won't do it because I don't want to get banned. But obviously this game doesn't really happen, does it? Armies go like that and that. We go next. You really like that Crusader. See, I didn't play D3. I know like quite a lot about it, but not enough to say like, you know, I have experience in it. Because just the aesthetic alone turned me off enough that I stuck with other games while it had like its prime run. And naturally I chose things that had PvP over that. Now that the games that do have the PvP, it's all a lot of time gate and things that I don't really care to play. I don't do the MMORPG PvP thing as much as I do, so I'm here. That pull looked good. That was a nice pull. Little Waller. Out here. Little Timothy says you do. Do I skip the story mode? Okay, so I only play story mode campaign in this game the first time through. After that, I skip and I will chase whatever the seasonal content, open world type stuff as much as possible, just grind. So then after that, when you get into the Paragons, leveling the pit for the boss kill as fast as you can get it is the way to go afterwards. So you're talking about the Paragon, you're in here, what I'm doing right now, on repeat. Nothing else comes close right now. But when you're leveling that 1 through 60, the campaign is technically fastest if you're like fast at the campaign and you kind of like skip the story part, just go through the quest. A little bit faster than say incursions right now. I did incursions. Personally, I don't like going through the campaign. I don't like that kind of loop. But you can kind of go with it however you want in the low levels. But, you know, technically if you don't like the campaign, yes, you can skip it. Okay, this one. Go ahead and clear these out if we can. Yeah, they had some cool wings. Yeah, some would say they have too many cool wings, but I think this game is gonna join it with time. Because right now, even if I have other wings, I'm like, these are coolest, so I keep using them. So, you know, as much as I said I didn't like the aesthetic of D3, we get closer to being D3 all the time, and, you know, I'm not complaining either. So, you know, it is what it is there, too. Alright. Be here. Fire Enchanted Vamp Wallers. There you go. Yeah, like most people come through when they offer these mats and I say no. They're like, alright, respectable. But every now and then, now more the last few days, someone gets like really bent out of shape about it. Very sad. Sad. So I'm gonna clear this. Got obelisks, summoners, and all. It's one of those, like, if I don't take those things, it's okay to go somewhere else where they do. If that's how it's gonna be, it's like, I'm not upset, and you shouldn't be either. We're playing very cold Enchanted. Yeah, it's kind of a shame that there's so much of that stuff that always goes around, though. It's partially why the party tends to be locked to clan in here. Between, like, absolutely busted metas. Like, as busted as this one is, like, there are worse. There are worse. Maybe one worse. And then, like, all the dubious mats is kind of more alright for us. For a lot of us, are like we try to keep it legit as much as possible. Kind of like everybody can have some fun. This thing did blowing everything out of the water, where we're just like, you know, we can't just let everybody play anymore. Okay, Plague Bears. We'll teleport. Clear that out. That'll be fine. Good enough. And the plague. We're gonna get rid of this out here. The goblin dungeon somewhere. One day we'll have a proper goblin dungeon. And those little basements where sometimes the goblins show up definitely don't count. Like, don't count. Right. We all need a set of cosmic wings. Pop those. Yeah, that feels pretty good. Frozen Summoner. Get that done. Technically I can go a little lower. It'd be a little fast, but I think it's alright. Okay with this. Alright. See how we're looking. This one is wanting to go all the way southwest now. And pop that. And then what do we have to work with? Sure. Good enough. Impish Shock Lance. Nicely done. Just put a cow level. If you don't have a cow level in Diablo, what do you have? What do you have? Well, there is no cow level, so we deal. We deal. See how we look here. I hope whatever we actually do have one. Are we allowed to talk about it? Is it like Fight Club? It's probably like Fight Club, but I'm gonna talk about it anyway. So whenever we do have one, I hope they knock it out of the park. It's gotta capture like that D2 cow level vibe. I don't know what the cow level vibe was like in D3, but I remember the D2 one. As a kid, that was like the most wild thing. Like, what is this? The hell? So you get up to that super dark gate and all of a sudden it's just moo. Okay, I need to go back through the other side, do I? Maybe I do. Maybe I do. See here. All the boom boom sounds. I think I got something I can kill here. Like how I'm pulling them away from myself. There you go. That up here. Chief Marauder. How long did it take for D3 to get a cow level? Now we're closing in on year 2, and there still is no cat level. Just your clones done, and done. Alright, so I got a sword here that I got a double. I have a triple dagger currently in one of the spots I want to replace to a sword just for the style. I'll still probably stuck there because it is a dex maximum life crit strike damage. Not easily replacing that thing. With the expansion is where I came from, so we are already into our first DLC here. Behind schedule for the cow level. Go again. Okay, here we are. Yeah, see, the thing is, I don't care about a comfy experience. I care about a legitimate experience where I'm not being handed dubious things. I like actually playing the game, and then when I give feedback and then people see what it is, it's like actually like proper gameplay, and not I was fed. And I always hate saying it, it's like it's very different when a bunch of dudes are giving each other a bunch of mats and things, and a chick being given random things from random people. You have to admit that's true. That's true. Like no matter what, it's like when the dudes do it. It's just, oh, they're being super efficient. So when I have that happen and people come through, then it's like, oh, they're giving it to her because she's a chick. So I have to lock stuff like that more than others. And it's kind of gross, but this is the reality. People still do can see? Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, that's basically what I'm talking about, Miss. I try not to say it explicitly, but yeah, there's a lot of that. Here comes Sparkbird out here. I'm gonna kill you. Blister clone. Lightning Shockland's terrifying. Get this out of the way. There you are. Now we're over here. The other side. Hello, how you doing, Chungus? Yeah. Oh, you can go plenty of places, and randos will hook you up with mats. Unfortunate, but there you are. Yeah, there's... This season, it's a disgusting amount of people who don't even know where the Belial husks come from. Like, legitimately. You will have hundreds of mats in people's hands, and you will ask them, how do you get those, and they don't actually know. Bless their hearts, they don't actually know. I don't necessarily fault them, because that's, the game has become that right now. But it is true. I've encountered it many times now, where people just legitimately don't know how the actual husk drop works, because there's so many in the market right now. From everywhere. Yeah, 50 is a... See, exactly. 50 is a very legitimate number. Well, you're just like grinding. Hundreds that you are gonna give away at the drop of a hat. This is not a legitimate number. Even if you're super rich, you at least would give it to people you know. But these are people that they don't even know who you are, and they're just like, here, take these. It's like, I'm Santa now. It's hysterical. Alright, clear that out. Yeah, exactly. I have a lost gamer girl, dude. Like, just make a really cute character, give it a cute name, and then go around town, and you might be able to get free husks. At this point, they're everywhere. They're everywhere. Howdy, NYC. Hello. Alright. Waller multi-shots. Okay, nothing. Don't want that. Let's go grab that protection. Fire explosives. Let me get that harbor captain out of here. Just like that. Can we get those barriers out? Yes, no, maybe. Perhaps. Stop this. The character selection screen can be very distracting. Can be very distracting. I don't blame you. I don't blame you. Okay, now. We're the champion. Right here. Right. Got suppressor things. Here you are. It's so nice to have a guaranteed freeze. I'm still surprised that 100% guaranteed will freeze after just spamming anything with CC. Boss power OP. Let's see, this is a legitimate OP. Like they put that in the game. Okay, cool. We do this. Some things I do not. Let's see here. We have that. On to the next one. Fine again. Poison wallers. This is fine. Look at those barriers. Very gross. Poison, okay. Sure. Now. Okay, now with this one. Waller Terror. Would I like to kill that blister? Yes, I would. Yes, I would. Every time I see a broken league come up in the trade chat, I assume bot spam, but it's not true. That's not true. Now, left side. Here we are again. Rolling through this one. Tempest Plague Bearers. Going with this. Yes, we are. Let's go Guardians there. Up here again. That did, mother. Nope, it's a Drowned Sea Hag. I can never tell for sure these days when my trap is there. If it's a Sea Hag or not. I'm gonna break that. Nice. And then... Can we? Nope. We go again. My horse doesn't quite match this cosmetic. I did pick up the Struggler today. And it doesn't look like much, but I mean, the cape is not bad. The cape is not bad. Let's go find a horse that fits it. Or I guess I could use the same horse but change the party. Here is nice if we can see it. Gotta find the ones that actually show it. Is the deal. That's the one that we know is new. Oh, this one doesn't have the mane. It has the tail though. Feel the tail. There we go. Kinda works. Not that one there. Maybe I need more Barney where I can actually see. Oh, I guess the Struggler kinda does have this like homey look. Could do that one. Or this one. That one's too bright. Maybe I'll do this. Unless... Not terrible, actually. Here, do that. We'll keep that trophy on. There we go. Oh, this is the lightning one. I don't know about that, but I guess we're locked in. We'll go with it. What's up, Mac? Dun, 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 dun. Okay. Now, how we doing? Over to the right. Okay, summoners. Get rid of you, under half. Clear that. Down to the Nightmare Prowler. There's this. Frozen Electrified Obelisk. Get that one out of the way. Now under half. There you go. Electrified Obelisk. And cool. Tempest Frozen. Okay, good enough. Let's see how this does. There you go. Tears it all. Clear that out. And now, move up this way. On to the northwest. Here's that. Good like this. Those are fine. And the champions. Just like that. Let's see what else is here for me. On the northeast. Boron's Demise. Plague Bearers. Like these. There we go. Well, Electrified Obelisk. Good enough. Light and Chilly Winds. Kill that one too. I got the Catacombs map again. We'll see. We'll see. Time this one pops out. You know how it is. You know how it is. Okay, there's that one done. Now this one's gonna be easier to kill. I don't know how it outlived so much. The champion stayed away up until that point, I guess. What's over here? Nothing that way. We got more where that came from. Let's see if we can hang out in the corner. There you go. Alright. We got summoners and mortars. Like this. Clear these out. And Will Terror. Fine with that. And to the right, got poison plagues and suppressors. Surinov Festerpool. Oh, those on that left side need to come on over. There they go. Champion on that left needs to clear. Pop this one as you do. You like those party mechanics. Oh, a lot of us here talk about that fairly often. Where some of that in-game felt better as a whole. Because I didn't play it, I don't know from experience, but I've heard enough about it that yeah. There's probably a lot to be preferred over there. I'm here, and I didn't play that one because of the graphics in both directions. Like, I get it. Alright, poison. Let's get that Prowler out of there. There you go. Terrifying here is cool. Let's go out to the next. How do we have these? There we are. Hanging out in the corner. That's how we have them. Arcadia Horrorfrost. Frozen Summoner Fire Enchanted. We're gonna clear you out. Grab that. And then... Sure. There we go. There's a little champion deal. Frozen. Explosive Summoners. See how that's doing for me. Fine. I don't want that. No, thank you. And to the right. Do we have anybody here hanging out in the corner we want to kill? Not really, so we know how it goes. I say all the time, all I need to do is make this more a square that interconnects with itself, and this map would be good. They just need to make it not have this long corridor into a dead end. Maybe it just looped around a different way. It'd be fine. It'd be more than fine. It'd probably be one of the better ones. Now I gotta go down here. This one actually had a little bit of that energy this time too. Go into that. Where's my Shadow Step? How can you not? There you go. I'll say. How can you not hit that? My cursor's right there, dang it. Okay, here, here, and here. Let's see how this is doing. Like these. Very nice. There you go. Now, going down this way. Sure. Here, the champion. Bone snappers. Cool like this. Fine. And then we'll do the Guardian Slayer. Using Hive Master. Look at the Apollo, welcome in. See how that stagger is rolling. Just like this, and see how that right side's doing. Our bossing situation, pretty decent. Pretty decent. We take all that. I'll try to get this on 100. Bane, I'm just going in alphabetical order at this point. Pretty much. Alright, Closer is next one up. We got that 100 on an extra cliff at this point. I mean, I should look and see there's one I would actually run, other than the ones I do, but I think we're kind of close to those anyway. And 87's probably fine, even if I did switch to stuff. That's where everything is right now. Penetrating Shot Gloves. Right now, probably this season, I wanted. That used to be my favorite rogue skill, but then I really started liking Flurry. Now I realize that right now Death Trap is doing everything Flurry does, and then some, basically. With a little bit extra steps, but not that much more. So it's one of those like, well, you know, I guess Death Trap is where it's at on every front. Which is okay, I guess. It's just one of those, like, it's so okay, you better enjoy it while it lasts, because it's probably next one I have to kind of get a big adjust. Well, it won't be until, like, next season, though, so we got that going for us. Replace all these. Whee! Let me in. To the pigs. Obligatory revving of the engines at 2 AM. It's the weekend. We can get away with that stuff, right? Alright, that's how that works. Goodness. Oh no. Fire and Tempest. I'm pretty sure our next door neighbor that has like a really loud car of some sort also has now a really loud motorcycle to go with it. Like 2 different engines from the same location. Drive me crazy. Like, this is fine. This is fine. Some vampirics, teleports. I'm gonna clear these out. There you go. Guess I could have gone the other way, where I was going the straight away, but I decided otherwise. I'm still not over how much easier it is for me to kill the blisters now. They appear in like the wildest areas, but the Beast in the Eye Steel kind of lands true a lot of the time. A little bit out of angle for that one. Didn't get it for time. That's okay. Let's keep going. Connecting to where we were. To the corner. There we are. Terrified explosives. And a little poison in there. Grab that lethal. Fine now. Explosive things. Boom, boom, boom. Where that came from, his little explosives. Infinite paragons. Whoops. I just got killed. Must have not had a barrier up. Very rare that that happens. Yeah, I think that's the part they're talking about. And then the classes. A lot of these guys were like into like Crusader and things like this. But obviously we don't have one of those yet. Okay, now let's go down here. The storyline better too. That I don't doubt, even if I haven't played it. Okay, now this is gonna go pop. There you go. Got that fire teleport. Good to me. Get things we don't need. Get that too. There you go. The champions there. That'll be fine. There's that. That cleared out. Like how I was fire enchanted. Those will die. Sure thing. More cold chili web. We got a Randall Firebrand. Only elite on this little dead end side, but we got more on northeast somewhere. Got more things popping. Okay. Take that. Okay, now. Cold and suppressor. Ireland. Ireland. Drowned always with the old school names to sound like a fantasy setting. Okay, you are done. Let's see what's going on over here on the right side. Fine again. Go with these like I was terror and cold enchanteds. Butterflies killing Kane. I hear so much about this. This is one of these days. I really probably should look that one up. Butterflies killing Kane. You go through multiple games with this character. Beloved highlight of the entire series. We even have a blurb from him in this very channel where I don't have that many related blurbs. And he died to butterflies. He died to butterflies. How whimsical. This is why I didn't play D3, I guess. Not play it. For me, I guess in a way, Deckard Cain died off screen. What a way to go. What a way to go. Shadow. And that may have been a more honorable death than what it sounds like when you guys say it like that. You died to butterflies. Poison shotgun's cold and enchanted. It's clear that Frederick Slog's good. Yeah, exactly. He's not dead. I refuse to believe it. It's one of those, like, you realize how old he would be. He's still around. Well, fantasy setting. He's just hanging out in hell. I'm sure it's fine. He can come back anytime. He can come back anytime. Okay, we'll live forever in our boomer hearts. That's right. That's right. Still with us in spirit.
Stay a while and listen.
There it is. Okay, now. Break those down. I still need to kill more. Where are you, friend? What are you doing? Cause of death? Because of death. Fine. It's fine. And that's the cause of death for the dude that we are. Did he die? I don't even die. The dude in the campaign for this game. I think Lorath is Cade, which actually seems like the player would have almost had that vibe. You're the equivalent. You're that mentor we need. And closer. Cut their skills deal increased damage, but obviously we don't care about, but Doing it anyway. It's like whoever the writer was that got a hold of that part is really wanting to leave their mark on the story. Like, always be the person to look back like, yeah, that's right. I killed Deckard Cain with those butterflies. I did it. I did it. That was me. Okay. Let's see. He's vibing. He's just vibing. Like, we're iconic. We're the keystones of the entire series. What is dead may never die. Something like that. Let's get these out of the way. Mortar Shocklands. Some D2 violence. It's the best violence. What's that blue glow on that attack? I don't even know. It looked like a witch power from last season. I've never noticed this in anything else before. I'm confused. Unfortunately, wind here is good. Clear that. These two, I'll just hang out up here. It's not gonna affect me. I've got this. Freaking out all the time. Let's grab the lethal. Whoops. And now, there you go. Whoopsies. I need lethal. Take that. Explosive. Tempest. Like in Firewalker. Explosive. And another. There's this. Blister Clone. Champion, the Vampiric Fire, Enchanted Waller. Fine. There's our fire and Wallers. Done. And then we'll keep it moving. Do any of these? And Shocklands Plague Bearer. How you doing? Get that outlaw out of there. Sure. Vampiric Bull. Now we need the next bull. Where am I going? There we are. They did? I didn't even know they said that. So that would be the one that would make more sense to still be around, I suppose. A little mortar there. Good morning, how you doing? What's the shrine? I'll take it, even though I don't need it. Go with that. There's our suppressor chilling winds, like this. These guys all running off on us. Okay. So now we don't want these. Let's see how this does over here to the other side. Little slicer. Need that? No, we do not. And with this Shadow Enchanted teleport. And Gari slicer. Hello there. That's good. I can find all those things like so. No, I think it's like old like character in the storyline sense, not old class. They have no reason to release a monk because Spiritborn has a lot of closeness to that class. We would have to make a new class that would keep the parts of monk that are missing from Spiritborn and then something new on the other side. Something else on the other side. To be logical about it. Not to say they would do something illogical, but I feel like from a business standpoint, a monk is kind of out in like the typical sense of what you would expect, just because Spiritborn has some closeness there. Okay, now let's see. Reconnecting bug. Classic. So some plague bearers. Not too bad. Just like Witch Doctor also would be a little uncertain because some of that energy is elsewhere too. Okay, now we get the champions here. There you go. What do we do? Multi-shy Tempies. Here are these. I never actually played Blood Knight in Immortal, so I don't know how close they're running. But there's a Necromancer in actual Diablo Immortal too. Yeah, it's all good. what's up with this. There you go. And we'll go Guardians there. I got a Bramble. Here you are. He likes shields. He's not a Crusader. Oh, there's already shields on Necro, true. The only shield in this game that's usable is on Necros. Only shields, I should say. Okay, so here we are with this. We got a little closer. We only want 92. Not big gains there. Gonna reconnect so the reconnecting bug will go away. The struggler. Are there any other cosmetics for Rogue that I want right now this season? I'm not sure, but I always been using the Berserk ones naturally. So far, only done the Rogue and the Spiritborn this season. We're gonna get that Rogue to get me to 300, and then we'll see what we want to mess with afterwards. Necro probably the most obvious choice, if not Sorcerer. But yeah, next tier. No rush to Barb and Druid, so quickly. Those Druids sure are rare again. They were popping off last season, and now it's back to being kind of quiet. They seem to be doing alright overall, but definitely much more quiet. Cultists, let's see you. Let's see what else is going on with these. There you go. Back Obelisk, Stormy, Serpent Collar. And I need to do this, almost forgot. Relog, so there you go, better. That is better. Do that. Do we need any of these? No, we do not. That's a little explosion there. What we do with that right this second. Then there's this. Teleport shenanigans through and through. Yeah, I don't think we would expect a direct port class. And I think they were talking about storyline characters, so Imperial most reasonable, I think. Fire Lightning. I guess that would also insinuate Holy Class, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it? Can we hope? Can we dream? I think that one's reasonable. The Wretched Outlaw. I'll get rid of this. Hanging out in the poison. Apparently I can hang out in big vats of poison, but I can't take a walk and get hit by a small explosion. The more you know. Okay, over here. There's... I don't need that, do we? No, we do not. Yeah. Okay, pull. Tempest Teleport Champion. I need to get rid of the Stormward. Unless I beat a character from like the actual D4 only, so is Lilith coming back? Can we get Lilith back? We miss Lilith. We miss the mother. Our Thundering Ball Codlac is done. Now we're over here again. Plague Bear Electrified Obelisk. There you go. There's a little mortar. This is fine. Wallers. Well, I mean, we could get Diablo back. It kind of amuses me that it took us this long. Like, you know who's also missing? Who probably should make a comeback at some point? Diablo. You know, maybe a little bit. Maybe a little bit. Prowlers. Little Terror. There's the Thundering. See how that does for us. 450%, and he's dead. And then we're off to the next room. Grab our shrine here, if I could. Be stubborn about it. There's artillery. Did I kill what I needed to kill? No, it's still underneath all these numbers. There you go. Thunder Dancer, I see you. Now, what else are we doing here? Teleports. This is fine. Plague Bearer, Frozen. Nothing like this. And then I want to go this way. On Salvies. Sure. And now, do we need any of that? Nope. We do not need these. And then we do poison like my obelisk, fire, enchanted. Guildford Putz Blister. Let me see how this is doing. Fine. Clear these. Clear those. Poison electrical obelisk, fire, enchanted. There's Guildford Putz Blisters. And then to this one. And Southeast. Gonna do so much damage. Overpower, overpower, overpower. Lots of multipliers, lots of health to build the overpower. And I'm still pretty certain I can do tons more if I redid that board and changed out. I don't have like things triple critted or anything like that too. Okay. Let's see now. What are we doing with this? In Mother. And the right, that blister clone. Good for that. No problem at all. There you are. Nice. So we'll grab the bow, grab the pants, Tribute Harmony. Bull's still looking good. We'll go ahead and spam this some more. Alright. To the next one. Dun, dun, dun. No! Yeah, you never know what's in there. You never know what's in there. Out there. Open this. Into the poop. And if it has that kind of like holy look to it, like in color, and has like the Zacharan cross or anything like that, it's a holy class. I don't know how more typical a holy class could possibly be than. So I don't know about Crusader, but the Paladin, literally, it's called a Paladin. It doesn't really get more typical than that. You can try to stretch the lore in any other way, but it is the standard expectation for a holy class. There's no getting around that. Change that color to like water or something, and then you know it's not a holy class anymore. It's a sorting board. Like no, the Paladin. I'm pretty sure the Crusader. Those are both holy classes. You put that in any game, you exactly as they play and the way they look, and other players who maybe don't know anything about Diablo, they're gonna say that's a holy class. So Certivus. Here to the other side. To these. Not one of those like, but by the definition of what they thought in their mind, and then they would be a holy class too. I don't think the actual, like the representation, that is a holy class. I don't think you can go to anyone who plays those kind of classes and tell them anything different. Like, the lore terminology does not change the playstyle and the symbolism. Okay, now how we doing out here with these? Yeah, they would be Templars. Servants of the Temple, you know, whatever that. Those are all holy classes. Okay, now. You stick that class in all of representation, like any fantasy media, have a holy class. I don't know why anyone would argue otherwise. Okay, now. See here with these. Got Obelisk. Go ahead and deal with these. Alright. They make us reopen it. It actually charges the stones every time we go in, so they try to limit how much we can go in there and do nothing else. Granted, I have so many, it doesn't matter to me, but some people, they do almost like nothing but the pit, and then they can't open the gate anymore because the game tries to force you to play other stuff. It tries so that you can just get somebody else to open it too. Okay, the Korons now. Here we go. The game tries to keep some sort of immersion with like, okay, you want to go in a place, you gotta open up the portal to it. But we get less and less of that as time goes by. Like now you don't have to even take the actual portals at the waystone waypoints. You can just right click on people in your party and teleport to them. So, you know, that's not outside the realm of possibility. They'll be like, yeah, just hit repeat. Just hit the UI for it. But to be fair, this game has a very clean UI. You don't have all those menus just like piled up like a lot of the Asian games would do to you. I don't really want it to become like those games where I'm just only playing through menus. And then it starts feeling very mobile. And right now we interact very little with like travel times in the open world where we used to have to go and run even with all the way to the Nightmare dungeons individually. They eliminated that pretty quickly. Teleport. Get that too. Champions. Okay. See how we do with that. Look at all the suppressor Tempest. Alright. You're alright with the suppressors. Now what are we doing over there? Vampirics. Okay, that's done. Frozen is cool. Let's see how that's doing. Shadow Frozen Summoners. Mr. Clone, like these. Yeah. We love extra loading screens. World boss is 1 hour and 37 minutes. We get rid of that blister. Got it. Next one over here. Shadow Frozen Summoner. Barral Midnight. There is this. We go ahead and grab the lethal. And to left. Play Verlight Enchanted, Cold Enchanted. Sure. Hold like this. Sure. Chocolate, Shadow Enchanted, Tempest. Fine. There we are. Play Maulers. Okay. Left. That's all good. Guardian's Lair. Slither. Those are fine. The boss is super chill. More ways than one. More ways than one. I'll take this, and we'll go ahead and pop that closer if we can. Nothing. I don't mind that sometimes happens. Or if not, even a lot. Alright, he's back from his brief intermission, just like he said. Wait. You mean from yesterday? Imagine. It was a very brief intermission. Fine. Fine. He's on schedule. He's much like me. We're on our own schedule, so this is a 1:45, which is actually respectable for like a hand-me-down. Not good for me, but yeah, put that back in there. Yes. Now I'm like sitting here, I was like, I wouldn't mind calculating the hours, but it sounds like too much math, so we're not going to. We're not going to. He's back from his brief intermission. Let's go ahead and get this out of here. And then we'll pick up NYC since he's back from that brief intermission. From... I don't know, think about it. Alright. Yeah, I could see a Zachary and Priest, something like that would be reasonable. Very reasonable. You were reading a book on anti-gravity. It was impossible. Put it down, Submeister. True blue, true. Okay, let's see. Here we are in the open map we love so much. I'll show you Waller. Yeah. I would actually probably prefer like the Zachary and Priest kind of energy over the more expected. And someone can get their holy class, well, the holy class aid, but it not be the same that we've seen before in these games. Granted, it'd be similar to other games and their priest type stuff in one way or another, but at least be a little different than what we expected in Diablo. And then you can have the sorting board be something else. Okay, Wallers. Clear this. Hold Enchanted Spider Hose. There we are. I would just kind of want my Spiritborn to feel better without having to use the most unintentional interactions in the game to make it stay where other classes are. That's where Spiritborn is at currently. It's like, oh look, I can do these hits now. It's like, yeah, you do the most busted non-internal cooldown interaction of the game, which is definitely not intended. And again, be built on things that aren't part of the Spiritborn class, which is not exactly what I want to be doing. I cry. Just to teleport out here. No priest unless they can wear holy heavy armor. Well, to be fair, I think some of the best heavy armor in this game is on Necro already. And then some would argue, well, the priests are kind of the Necros. Like, well, there are enemy priest-esque characters already in the game that aren't Necros, so we could have both. We could have both. And in this game, quote-unquote heavy armor is just cosmetic. You can make it work. I'm pretty sure my spirit board has respectable heavy-looking armor at this point. All doable. That's not dead yet. That is not dead yet. It's got like a smidge of health because that barrier is all taking longer than it should. There you go. Yeah, see, they're literally priests of Wrath of Moon. Shadow-Tainted Lightning Enchanted. Yeah. I don't know if we'll ever see like a proper healer. But again, the enemy ones do have a heal, don't they? They do. Not that we ever really need a heal. That's the thing about this game, though. The way it's currently built, it's mostly one shot or nothing. Everyone's hiding under barriers and fortifies and all this sort of deal, so like healing is not with purpose. They'd have to redo balance for the billionth time, and I don't know if I would count on that working out. You can support and give other people damage and speed and these kind of things. And that would still fall in the realms of something they could easily do. But actually, like, healer in the typical sense, this game is not like that. It is not like that. Does the Spirit Board have an armor set that covers stomach? Yeah, it does. Not many, though. Not many. Hey, they got those abs, they want to show them off. The barbarians in the same boat, I suppose, all the time. You know, you let them do what they're gonna do. Work on that so much, you may as well flaunt it. This is the logic at IRL too, isn't it? Isn't it? Why is this one not taking the damage I want? Because barriers. Let's get rid of that storm killer. And the barriers popped again and I am not happy. Alright. Clear that. Good deal. That's true, the fire theme does come up quite a bit.